आपण पाहत आहात इन गोवा 24 तास. वाढत्या अपघातांवर आळा घालण्यासाठी गोवा वाहतूक विभागानं नवे नियम लागू केले आहेत. त्यानुसार रेंट बाईक आणि कार मालकांना आता वाहन रेंटवर घेणाऱ्यांकडून सही केलेले हमीपत्र घ्यावे लागणार आहे. गोवा वाहतूक विभागाचे अधीक्षक राहुल गुप्ता यांनी याबाबत पत्रकार परिषदेत माहिती दिली.
The rent a bike and rent a cab vehicle are more likely to meet an accident, and the data we have studied the data, and it has come out that they are twice as likely as compared to normal vehicles to meet an accident. So this is a very worrisome trend that has been observed, and the reason is that the reason we can attribute is because the users which are using these vehicles, they are in it is one of the reason is that they are negligent about the traffic rules, because they mostly come on holidays and vacations. And the second is that they are not aware about the topography of Goa. There is very peculiarity about the roads, and a lot of diversions are there. Roads are very narrow in a lot of stretches, and there is a lot of vehicular movement in these stretches. So this makes the job of any user very difficult, and particularly if a tourist comes from outside, he is not aware about these conditions, so he or she is more likely to meet an accident. So for this purpose, to instill a greater sense of awareness that what challenge will lie ahead of a user when the user rented vehicle, we are going to make them sign an undertaking at the moment they are getting the rented vehicle from the agency. So we have designed two undertakings, one for rented bike and one for rented cabs, and these undertakings contain 10 points, 10 road safety regulations that the user will read and user will fill his personal details on this undertaking and then sign it. So this is the undertaking for rented car, and this is the undertaking for rented bike. So based on the specific issues of bike and cab, this undertaking has been drafted. For example, a bike undertaking contains regulations like that I will not ride the bike without wearing the helmet. I will not ride the bike triple seated. I will not use the mobile phone while riding the bike. I will not ride the bike under the influence of alcohol. All these 10 points have we have mentioned all the legal sections pertaining to each of the issue, so that they are aware that how much penalty is there. So, and they will also enter their personal detail and they will sign it. They will sign it at the bottom. So this undertaking, there will be two copies of undertaking that the user will have to sign. One will be kept by the user himself throughout his stay in Goa, and other will be submitted to the rented agency. The purpose of this measure is to have a psychological impact on the user, because the moment he is taking the bike, he is also signing the undertaking, and he becomes aware that there is some severe problem in Goa. That's why this undertaking is being signed by me, and I've also read, he or she will also read these regulations, so they'll be aware that there is a traffic law that exists, and they'll have to follow it, otherwise they'll face penalties. So this paper will remain in their vehicle, so that there will be a psychological impact that yes, I have signed this undertaking, and this paper exists inside my vehicle, so I have to follow it. And then he or she will see the presence of Goa police also on the road, so it will also remind him or her that this is something very serious. So I'm sure it will have some impact on the users, that they'll be more aware about the traffic rules, since they have signed it, they have read it. So I'm sure that it will have some impact on the accidents that rented vehicle and rented cabs undergo.
लहान व्यावसायिकांचे कर्ज माफ करा या मागणीसाठी निशुल्क कर्ज मुक्ती अभियानाअंतर्गत पणजी आझाद मैदानावर धरणे धरण्यात आली. देशातील मोठ्या उद्योजकांची कर्ज माफ केली जातात, मग सामान्य व्यावसायिकांचे का नाही, असा सवाल यावेळी उपस्थित करण्यात आला. या अभियानात 1000 सभासदांची नोंदणी असून सरकारने या सर्वांची कर्ज माफ करावी अशी मागणी करण्यात आली.
ऋण सरकारान खूप जणांची माफूय केल्या, त्याचो ब्युरो माझ्या हातीन आसा. 25 लाख करोड, कितले 25 लाख करोड ह्या सरकारान माफ केले. त्याचो रिपोर्ट गुजरातच्यान आमच्या एका RBI कडेन मागलेलो, हो बघा. RBI कडेन मागलेलो आनी त्या RBIन तांकां आंदोलन केल्या उपरांत डिटेल दिली रिझर्व बँकेन, बेश्टी दिली गेली ना. मागीर आमच्या लोकांक आस जावची ना की आमचे रीण माफ जावचे म्हणून. इंट्रस्टूच कित्याक सगळे माफ करचे. सनी देओल कोण असलो? भिकारी असलो. हां, मेहूल चौकसी भिकारी असलो. मोदीची 25 लोकांची नांवां हितून माफीची आसा, ते कोण भिकारी असले? मागीर कित्याक तेंचे माफ केले आनी आमकां कित्याक व्हरून कोर्टान उबे केले? हांव सरकारा कडेन जाप मागता, जाता तितले बेगीन ह्या लोकांचे रीण माफ करचे, ना जाल्यार सबंद गोंयची शक्ती हांगा उबी करतलो.
इतले दीस खंय आसले तुमी?
इतले दीस आमी असले आमचे हितून जातले म्हणून आमकां दिली भितून आश्वासनां. आमकां रावले, सरकारान सांगलें न्हू आमी कर्ज माफी हाडटले म्हणून. मागीर हेजेर आमकां दिसलें न्ही की बाबा आमचे खंय तरी जातलें म्हणून. आमकां आस मेळ्ळी कित्याक वयल्यान माफ चालू आसा, तितून आमच्या लोकांचे सगळ्यांचे कर्ज माफ जातले.
सरकारान कर्ज माफ करता म्हटल्यार मागीर CM कडेन तुमी जाप घेवन
कितें म्हणटात?
CM कडेन जाप घेवन
सीएमाक मेळ्ळ्या तुमी?
सीएमाक ना, सीएमाक दाखोवन दिलें हें गजाल धाडलेली, पण तेजेर कांय जालें ना.
काय सांगलें ना?
तोंडी वेव्हार जाल्लो. रिटर्न करपा सारकी ही गजाल जेन्ना उगड्यार आसा, रजिस्ट्रेशन आसा, आमची जेन्ना वता ना, मुख्यमंत्र्याक आमी रिटर्न दिवंक ना. हें आयज दिवचें न्ही, हें आयज पळोवन जाता तितले बेगीन करचें म्हणून आमी आयज उपोशणाक आयले हांगासर. हय, रिटर्न दितले. दिवपाक जाय ना, अजून आपोवंक ना. आतां हेज्यान फुडें पळोवया कितें जाता.
पूण ही कॉपी CMाक दितली?
हय, CMाक धाडटले कॉपी. तुमकांय धाडटले, प्रेसाकूय दितले तुमकां.
लास्ट स्टेजीचेर पावय मेरेन आतां इलेक्शन नेक्स्ट 2 3
ना, पळयात प्रत्येक गोष्टीक टायम हो लागताच. सरकार म्हणटा न्ही टायम लागता म्हणून, त्याच पद्दतीन आमी टायम दिलो सरकाराक. आयज टायम सोंपलो, आमी बीन भायर आयले. व्हडल्या व्हडल्या लोकांची जेन्ना रिणां माफ केली गेली कोठ्यांनी, हें हांव उलयना, ही रिझर्व बँक ऑफ इंडिया उलयता. हें हांव जर उलयल्यार तुमकां फटींग दिसतालें न्ही. हें खंय तरी आसा न्ही पुरावो.
हेतून नॅशनलायज बँकी आसतल्यो काय कॉपरेटिव्ह?
सगळे आसा A to Z. इंट्रस्टान पयशे घेणारे सुद्दां दलाल हेंचेच भोंवता मार्केटान. आय प्रूव्ह इट, हांव प्रूव्ह करूं शकता, म्हाजे कडेन आसा. तुमी घाला तेंचेर केसी, सोडूं नाका कोणाकूच. आनी इंट्रस्ट जे क्रेडीट सोसायटीनी जे मिनिस्टरान जे उलयलां पळय न्ही, कन्सर्न मिनिस्टर, हांव म्हणटा कितें, तूं दोळे धापून कित्याक बसला? लोक सांगता ते तूं आयकोनाका. तूं यो मरे भायर, पळय कोर्टानी केसी कितल्यो चलता त्यो.
सपोज गव्हर्मेंट करिना मागीर
आमी धरणाक बसतले, परत
धरणाक
बसतले जाणा.